No, listening, if you're under 18, this is not for children, okay? I'm tired of not being able to walk past preschools. Hashtag sex offender by accident. Don't poop in a sandbox. No, listening, if you're under 18, thank you.
Niños, escuchen estas palabras mientras que salen de mis labios aprietos. El siguiente programa, aunque esto sea muy divertido para toda la gente, no es para los niños. Como un burro que busca agua fría, un balde, y eso le va a dar toda la satisfacción que necesita, esta agua no es para ustedes. Por favor, vayan donde sus padres. Ayúdelos a limpiar los baños. No vayan a escuchar esto. Es muy importante. Que Dios nos bendiga a los Estados Unidos. Gracias.
Brian McCarthy interview show. Adam is now drinking his Coke. Disco. Listen to that beat. Breaking it down in Uptown. Take your hand and touch it. Touch it. Now rub it. Brian McCarthy interview show. Listen to that beat. Touch it. Now rub it. I wish I could still drink.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais alors? Aujourd'hui, nous avons une jeune fille qui s'appelle Frenchy Morgan, mes meilleurs amis de le monde. Et comment ça va aujourd'hui?
Mais super, dis donc alors. Je savais pas que tu parlais aussi bien français, mon chéri.
Bien joué,
touché.
Dis-moi parce que j'ai étudié français à l'école pour 8 années, mais après after I'm saying all of this, I just ran out of French.
Isn't that good. No. Like you said the whole sentence. Like that's why I was very good. I thought I was on a French radio show for a minute.
He's fresh out of French.
Right. J'ai un château qui s'appelle. Right. Well, I tell you, it's funny because people. I've never actually been to France, but I would love. I'm not a Francophile necessarily, but I really do wish I spoke French and. Not to start off sounding like a huge pervert.
No, but you just spoke French.
Thank you.
You just did it.
I can fuck around.
You did it.
I can. C'est super. But my two, and I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable, but my two greatest, other than my wife, of course, sexual experiences in my life have been with French girls.
Really?
And I don't think it's
How many?
Paint me like one of your French girls.
I say French girls. It was one girl. But
it was just one?
She was very fat. So I like to call her two.
She was large.
She was from
she was
France?
a BBW.
No, bien sûr. One was a French. One was a French ballet dancer that I actually had a threesome with. I was with her roommate, and the roommate and I were having sex, and the French girl came in like a silk sort of a chemise or something, and she said, "May I join?"
May I join? Yeah.
And I was like,
"May I join you?"
I was like, well, I mean, yeah.
You developed a stutter.
I stood up. I took off. I took off my Trojan petite, and I said, "No, pas du tout. Excuse me, no." Yeah. And then the other girl was a girl named.
Wait! You turned down the threesome?
No, I did not.
No,
oh, okay.
He was joking.
Like, are you crazy?
No,
we're being humorous.
Okay.
I was.
Yeah, but don't turn down the ménage à trois. We'll get very offended.
No, Christ, no. No,
I
would
be an international incident.
Yeah. And she was so cute and beautiful, and that was a lot of fun. It was so great because I didn't expect it. Like it just.
Yeah, it was random.
Sometimes for a threesome, I've had a couple of these. I've been lucky over the years, But sometimes it's almost like you have to really curate the experience. You have to make sure that it's kind of like spinning plates. You got to make sure everyone's comfortable. But this was just kind of coming in, being like, "Hey, I'd like some penis too." And I was like,
when it's random, is the best because it didn't plan it. It just happened.
Exactly.
It happened. The same thing happened to me. Actually, I was having sex with that French guy in Vegas. We were hooking up on an office years ago, 15 years ago. Jeremy is his name. Anyway, long story short, so I was in the kitchen because I was cooking pasta in his house.
Okay.
Topless because it was like 100 Fahrenheit. It was in July in Las
course.
Vegas.
It's very hot.
And I was just like cooking, and then his cousin come home from work.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, hi. Hey, bonjour, ça va?" I'm like, yeah, I'm good. It's like, we're just cooking on stuff. So I cook, we ate dinner, and then I ended up fucking both of them when it was really not the plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it only happened one time, though.
Okay.
I feel like French ladies are fun like that.
So I only had one threesome
with
two guys, only one time in my life, though. And it was random. It was not even planned.
Well, the other girl, her name
is random.
The other girl, her name was Manouche.
Oui, Manouche.
Yeah, and she was French. And my friend Chris and I used to have sex with her all the time. And she was really a lot of fun. So anyway, welcome to the show. How are you feeling? Welcome.
We
Yeah.
like to
Bienvenue.
kick off with a fun little three-way anecdote,
three-way-
a little group sex.
Threesome
kind
is
of
the way to go, bitches.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, it
Mhm.
certainly can be. Some guys get hung up with having another guy in the room, but
these were. Oh yeah,
they
I
were
said they were double
cousins,
teams.
so I think that's why they were comfortable.
yeah.
Oh, that's it. The Eiffel
were
Tower. Don't they
cousins.
call that an Eiffel Tower?
they do
too?
call that an Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Like
No,
when
that's
one
two
went
ladies.
down on me,
Yeah.
I don't do anal. My ass is exit on me. I would
Okay.
beg
Okay.
anybody.
Yeah,
but
me too.
No, my ass is exit on me.
Uh-huh.
You know. But no, one went down on me, and I was sucking the other guy dick.
Right,
and
right.
Then, like I had
Yeah.
sex with both of them. Like
Yeah,
back to back.
sure.
No, my ass is exit on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't blame you for that, having the exit only. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of the thing where I feel like the vagina is such a wonderful organ.
It's
so
right there.
fucking
It's
tight.
perfect.
Yeah.
She's
It's like
so
I'm
tight.
so fucking small. I can barely put a finger in here.
Yeah, you're a tiny. What are you like 5'1" or something? You're a tiny.
5'3", 115 pounds.
Yeah, you're a tiny
Mhm.
little thing.
Yeah, it's genetic.
Yeah. So, what part of France are you from? Like, where'd you grow up?
Petite.
Petite.
I grew up in
Petite.
Paris for 7 years, and then we moved like out of Paris, but like 30 minutes away, like near Versailles.
Okay.
So
Near.
very, very Parisian and Paris suburb.
Okay, great, exactly. Which arrondissement did you grow
15.
up? 15. Okay,
Not
and
the Versailles.
okay, yeah. And now Versailles, for those of you who don't know, you uneducated, terrible, is that is the royal court of Louis the 15th or 16th or something, or
14.
14. Okay,
It's the castle.
Yeah, castle. Yeah.
Oui, le château de Versailles.
yeah, exactly. Now here's a question, and then we'll get into it. If somebody was saying to you, "I want to visit France,
Mhm.
but I've been to Paris," what is another major city that you would recommend someone visit? Like,
South of France.
okay, the Côte d'Azur.
Saint-Tropez,
Okay,
Cannes, Monaco. Monaco is not really French,
No.
but it's next to it.
Right.
So I'd say Monaco. I would say Cannes, Saint-Tropez. Also, if you're already near Paris, but you feel like you want to see the beach, you can go to Deauville, which is just 2 hours away.
okay,
It's kind of cold though. It's
Right.
not gonna be warm,
yeah.
but it's like north of France beach called Deauville. It's pretty fancy though. They have casino and everything.
Okay,
So it's kind of a nice place to go if you're already there and you don't feel like going all the way down. But the side of France is only 8-hour drive
right. It's not
or
bad.
1 hour flight. So
Sure.
it's pretty easy to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
so. But yeah, side of France is nice. Also Corsica, La Corse.
Ah, yes, with
Very
Napoleon. right?
beautiful
Yeah,
there.
and then what about Marseille? Have you? Is that?
Marseille.
Yeah, it's Marseille. Excuse me.
No, I would no.
Or is it
I
rough
would
there?
recommend go there.
Is it just why? Because it's a lot
It's
of.
not very nice there. You could try Nice. One part is still nice. Marseille is no. I would not recommend that.
A lot of Algerians.
It's just not
and
nice there.
Not nice there. Okay. Yeah, I find myself thinking of it.
I've been
it's-
there though. My grandma was there. So.
Okay. Now, how many years have you lived in the United States?
22 years.
Okay. And so when you moved here, what were you doing in France that made you decide to move to America?
So actually, I was in London. I was receptionist in London.
Receptionist.
Before I entered the entertainment business. My dad owned 2 restaurants. So I was
Okay.
in a restaurant, hotel industry, blah, 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 blah. And then basically I wanted to come in America and I'm like, oh my God, I don't speak English. So I went to London instead
Okay.
for 2 years. And London was like a stepping stone.
Sure.
And then I went to Miami University. I studied for a couple of years there.
Okay.
And then I was lucky enough to have somebody sponsorize me, and then I will stay. And then I went to Vegas. And then when I was in Vegas, my dancing career really started there.
Right.
And then basically, what happened is I was dancing in Las Vegas.
Yes. Now, hold on for 1 second. Which gentleman's club did you work in? Where were you?
Everywhere. Sapphire, Score, Spearmint Rhino.
Okay.
So when that happened, I was in Score Las Vegas, which is completely gone now. It's
Okay.
a small Score now, but it's not the same one. Long story short, so I was dancing.
Too
and
late for that.
The Howard Stern crew was there.
Sure.
So Gary was there and the Stern crew was there because I don't know, they were doing something in the Score. They used to go to Score New York, which is gone.
Right.
So I met Gary, we took some picture, and then basically they were like, oh, we are here for work. Angelique, I was still Angelique.
Sure.
Then. We cannot do lap dance. And I was like, ta 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 ta. I danced for the whole crew. They give me
Sure.
$500.
Sure. That's funny.
And then we still had the sidekick back in the days. And I told him I love Howard. Howard was still on the E channel.
Yes.
I said, I want to get on the show. I love him, blah, blah, blah. Can you give me his number? He's like, no, I cannot do that. I can
No.
give you the email of the office. Back in the days, it was almost impossible to get any kind of contact because everything was underground, remember?
Yeah, I
When
remember.
we didn't have like all the social media, it was impossible to find something on Google. So anyway, long story short, they give me the email. So I send them an email like Angelique Morgan, score Las Vegas, Howard Stern party. I send the picture of me on Gary, and then I say, hey, I want to go on the show. I love Howard, blah, blah, blah. And then I send them 20 emails a day every day for about a month.
There you go.
20 emails a day.
Now, were these also photographs?
I'm very pushy. So like they got, I don't know, 100 email of me.
Sure.
And then after 1 month, they called me.
Okay.
And they were like, hey, Angelique, we got your email. Very persistent.
Yeah.
Do you want to get on the show? And I was like screaming on the top of my
I
phone.
bet.
Like,
Yeah.
Howard Stern just called me. So it was amazing.
So you went on the show, and then were you just there, like, just to be like a hot chick, like naked and blah, blah, blah? Like,
I went on the show 3 times, actually, 2006, 7, and 8. So I was mostly a stripper, but I did like 3 porn movies. So they introduced me as Angelique Morgan, the porn star.
Sure.
With 3 movies to my name.
So 3 more than I have.
I remember like all the porn star wanted to kill me because they had 200 movies, 300 movies, 500 movies, trying to get on the show for 10 years. They would not get on the show.
Right.
I'm like, hi, I'm Angelique. I've done 3 movies, blah, blah, blah.
It's
like, why is she on the Stern show?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like saying you're an Olympic skier, you're on the bunny slopes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got on the show because I was pushy and persistent. That's why.
Right. Now, when you were on the show, you must have been fully naked, right?
No, I was not. I was just in sexy bikini.
Okay.
And basically Howard, they just asked me a bunch of questions.
Sure.
And then they asked me, Howard put me on a Sybian.
Sybian,
yeah.
I don't remember
That
if
was
I was
his move.
naked completely or if I was topless. We can
Well,
find it on Howard's TV.
No,
I just
worry.
don't remember now.
We will, sure.
Anyway, long story short, like, so I'm sitting down on the Sybian and like they're giving me like the little remove control. And Howard is like, how does it feel? I'm like, I don't know. I can't really feel it. And I don't really like it because I cannot control it. He's like, oh my God, forget it. Turn it off.
Oh, that's so funny. Was it on
So he
this
didn't
highest
even, like,
number?
insist on me because he saw I was like a control freak.
Right. Okay, because you wanted to actually hold it yourself.
Yeah, I wanted to all day. I wanted the remove control.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really have any control. It's ticklish me. He's like, forget it. Turn it off.
Yeah.
So I was on it just like, I don't know, 5 seconds.
Yeah, because they want to make it where they go, do you like turn it up? It's like it becomes like a bit.
I was bitching a little bit. I'm like, I can really feel it. It's ticklish. Okay, forget it. Turn it off.
I mean, do you at the time, did you use a vibrator in your private life?
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
No,
So
probably
maybe
not.
it was kind of like, because sometimes those Sybians, people get on those things and like, they'll have a flood because of all
I've
the
seen some girl like coming on that stuff.
coming
for
like
real.
coming like crazy.
I've seen it.
It's just by rubbing on the friction of it. So
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It was ticklish me. It was probably not
Yeah.
positioned the right way. It has to be on the G spot. So I was like, eh.
Now, I always like to know when you were dancing in Vegas,
Uh-huh.
what was do you have any like champagne room stories? I mean, sure, you must have tons and tons, but like,
Yeah, so the thing about Las Vegas
Please.
is stripping only for the simple reason you go to the sheriff, you go fingerprints, background check, license.
really?
Everything
wow.
is in a system and a computer. If you have any kind of background, you cannot dance in Las Vegas. I have a sheriff police department dancing sheriff.
Wow.
So we don't break any rule because we don't want to get arrested, number one. And
Right.
number two, that they will ban you in a system. You can never work in Vegas again. So both the club and the girl do not fuck around that way. I work in a Spearmint Rhino. That was my main club. It's very clean. Everything is open.
Right.
So you can fuck around anywhere
No.
because even if you're in a champagne room, it's 1 hour minimum. It's like 15 different booths.
Right.
So me and you are in one booth, he's with somebody else, but we all in one big room,
So
so you can see what's going on.
everyone
There's
can see.
waitress coming
There's
by.
there's not even like a curtain or anything.
No, well, there are few celebrity booths.
Sure.
They have more those days, but back in the day, I think it was 3 or 6. That was $2,000. It was very rare when somebody go there. Celebrity maybe
Sure.
will go there, but it was very rare, like to have anything like behind closed door. It was mostly open, and that's a good thing for your safety.
Yeah.
Now
So that club is like really like square when it comes to dancing.
Right.
It's very erotic though. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
I understand. Sure.
Like I'm erotic dancing on you. It's like, I always say we fuck you with your clothes on. You keep with the clothes on. I'm the stripper. I get naked. I'm topless.
Yeah.
So I would have 2 layers of panty and then I dance on the top of you when you have your clothes on. So it's still extremely erotic.
Oh, I bet it's great.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
But it's no sex whatsoever.
Well, it's my understanding that what they do in Nevada is they make Cook County, right? That's Vegas. They make it incredibly strict. Like there's no escort, there's no brothels, there's no
Right.
But if once you go outside of Cook County, once you go to I don't know Henderson or whatever,
Pahrump.
Yeah, that's right. It's not Anderson. I think it's a different area. Reno and where
I
they
forget
have
what the
Bunny
county,
Ranch
but yeah,
and
there's
Western Ranch
Sure.
and all that.
Yeah, it gets to be
Then yes, it's legal.
yeah, then it gets a little more handsy. And
yeah, but I had a friend who worked there, and it's the same. You need a sheriff car to work there. And again, if you have criminal background, bad background, you cannot get the car to actually work in a ranch as a courtesan. I think they call. Like you still need a lot of paperwork to work there. You have to go to the sheriff department. Same in Texas. I have about 7 different licenses to dance. San Diego, Palm Beach, Texas, Vegas, Key West.
Did you ever work
I
at
forgot the rest.
Club Oasis in West Palm Beach? Are you familiar with that club? No. But what did you think of the Florida clubs?
So I like Key West. Key West is very old school, actually.
Yes.
And very clean as well. And it's very like one stage, one room, VIP room. That's it. No sitting around, no washing for free forever. They kept it very old school, I believe, because the owner is much older.
Sure.
But like the rest of the club, I don't like to dance nude. That's just a personal choice. I think it's more classy when it's topless. Less is more.
I agree.
Nothing against the nude.
No.
You can dance classy nude. We can do that. But I'm more comfortable just dancing topless for hygienic and health reason as well. I don't want to have my pussy all over the place.
I don't need to see your pussy. I'd
no,
like
she's
to.
pretty though, but I'm saying
like
I don't want to like sit on you like naked.
No, you don't want a yeast infection.
It's like gonna fuck up my pH down there.
Yeah, exactly.
So no. But yeah, so that's why
Key West,
a lot of the club are nude. So Key West is nude on the stage, but you can stay topless in the VIP. Back in the days when I work in Miami, the club is gone. It's 11 now. It used to be Garage. It was nude on the floor, nude on the stage, also topless in the VIP. So I was okay with that.
Right.
It was nude on the floor, lap dance 2 feet away. You cannot touch me.
Right. And
then,
then
on the stage, and you can just touch.
And then Fort Lauderdale is full of clubs. I mean,
Fort Lauderdale is topless, though. I think the club that I know. No, Scarlett is nude.
Okay.
And I think Vixen is topless only as well.
Okay, and did you ever dance in New York?
Yes, I used to dance in Scores.
The one that's now Sapphire.
It's gone.
Yeah. Well, it's Sapphire now.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not the same though. Like Score was the best club in the city. Sorry, not sorry.
Is there still Scores in New York City now, or are they?
No, they're completely gone. It's terrible.
Okay. Here, I used to work for the.
It was the best club. I work in Hustler as well.
Yes. So
2006. That club is a bomb.
The way that there used to be a Scores on 27th Street.
Yeah, I remember that.
It may still be there. I mean, what people don't. What people don't understand, which is maybe incredibly boring,
as well, I think.
but what they do is they just license the name Scores.
So
they're not really. It's not like a franchise.
I want to say that
New York Gentlemen's Club,
that was a Scores as well.
Yes.
Which one?
This is way out in Queens.
We don't know that.
No, you would. It's not. You are not a. You're not a Queens.
But I work. I mean, if there is money there and it's fun, I might want to go.
Yeah, she's down,
it doesn't matter.
Trust me.
But I'm just saying, it's like the Hustler in New York City is very nice. I worked there in 2006. It was so much money there back in the days.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And it's all private rooms.
It's beautiful. It's 2 floors and it's very high class. And I remember it was so much money back in the days that if we go home with $500, I would be crying. It was a bad night because we were used to make $2,000, $3,000 a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But that's a private room club, very much so.
Yes, upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs and all those little
an hour,
rooms.
1 hour.
Yeah.
It's very nice there.
It's very nice, and it's still there. But
good.
It's funny that Scores. Maybe this is. I'm a little older than you are, and but when I actually had the job where I was. This is when I went to NYU when I was 19. I was a bathroom attendant at Scores.
That's so funny.
I would stand there with all that fucking cologne and all the bullshit.
Yeah.
It was actually my friend's job, and I would do it when he didn't want to do it. I would fill in, and I only did it a few times because I was so embarrassed to be. Because
it's fun.
I'm standing in a bed.
Naked, like at least you saw us almost naked.
Maybe when you're walking in, but you don't get to see many while you're.
We don't take the top off. At least you pay us. But we're on the stage, Joe.
But trust, and the dancers look at you like you're just disgusting. Right. I mean, you know, you're.
That's not true. I tipped my.
I feel like if you
my
hung out long
attendants
enough,
in
though,
the club.
you'd break through.
Yeah, well, my friend Brandon, it was his
Yeah.
job. He ran that fucking bathroom
Right.
like it was a nightclub. Like it
Correct.
was, he did. It was the best job. I've never seen him be better at a job. Guys would come in, he would go, "How you doing, champ?"
Yeah,
He'd stand by
because he
the.
will know how to get tips from the
and
guys.
Sure.
he'd make $1,000
Of
on a
course,
Friday night.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I'd make 200, and the whole time I'd be like, "Here's your fucking
Because
towel."
maybe you were
Yeah.
too cold with them.
I was very.
Yeah,
I
he
was,
had a great attitude.
If you're in a club, you have to be
I would-
really like
I would stand.
easygoing,
Yes.
flexible,
Yes.
open-minded.
I would read. I actually used to read a lot of, the French writer Céline. I would read Journey to the Edge of Night, and I would sit there, and Albert Camus. I'd read The Stranger, and I would look at my book.
Who's that
like a,
sad boy?
like a yeah. I had this big red beard. I would sit 19 years
Oh my
old.
God.
Oh, you had a beard?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I wore my friend's tuxedo, and he was about 6 inches shorter than me, so I looked like Lurch from the Addams Family. It came up like this, so nobody wanted to.
Oh
But he
my
would
God,
fuck.
You're so funny.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't fuck the dancers. He would fuck like the waitresses and things like that. So
Okay.
or the massage girls.
You know who fucks everybody is the
Who?
DJ.
Yes, the DJ.
I
fucks.
just auditioned to be a DJ because I had a friend that was a
Really?
DJ,
What club though?
and this
Do
was
you know?
this was actually in the Midwest, so
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
it's that way
Yeah,
here.
because it's not like that in Vegas.
I
So
feel
I
like-
say it's very square. Everybody stay where
Oh,
they go
really?
because they will get fired.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I
There is
feel
a
like
bunch of
Vegas is like a different
There's
animal
any
though,
street club
because
yeah.
like even strip clubs here are like seem like lawless places.
They do. They are. Yeah,
Mm,
Philadelphia. There are certain towns like Philadelphia is. I mean,
never
Right,
been
that's
there.
another
yeah,
good
yeah.
strip
No.
club town. Yeah.
Is it?
it
Yeah.
is
I've never been there.
very much so. You never been to like never
No,
been to the
I've
city?
never been in any club there. I'd
Oh.
love to go. Like
Yeah, you-
somebody needs to book me for future dance.
Field trip.
Yeah, let's go. Right. Okay, everybody.
do it.
That's the show. Let's go.
Yeah,
Call
let's
it.
do
We'll
it.
call
I
it.
love that.
We'll call it an Uber share.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a show in Vegas. I can dance in a martini glass, like with water. Like I was on a Vegas show for like 6 months, live.
Right.
Okay. Oh
Like a
wow,
real
like
show.
a
You
kind of
cannot touch me.
cabaret type
Yes,
thing.
yes,
Ah.
burlesque,
Wow.
burlesque. You can put it up.
Burlesque.
Yeah.
Oh, like a burlesque.
Fun.
Have you ever danced in France?
No.
Now, let me ask you a question. Obviously, they have like La Folies Bergère and that kind of thing, but do they
Les
have?
Folies Bergères.
Did I-
I just killed my ear for a second. Yeah, les
Oh,
Folies
tell me-
Bergères.
Yes, yeah,
Mais j'ai
yeah.
compris ce que t'as dit. I
Yes.
know the studio.
Okay, but are there
Crazy
strip,
Horse.
are there strip clubs in France?
So I believe they do have now because the Guetta, David Guetta and his wife, the Guettas, they
Oh.
have because for the simple reason that they did live in America. So I think they copied the American way and opened Pink Paradise in Paris, I
Okay.
believe, if it's still
Okay.
there. But I never danced in France. So I wouldn't know what's
Right.
going on like there.
Right.
You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
When I grew up, absolutely not. We had zero strip club. It's just cabaret, libido, Folie Bergère, Crazy Horse. On stage cabaret, you cannot touch us.
No,
To
no,
us.
no.
And even back in the days in America, like in the 80s, I mean, I was 5,
Yeah.
but like you couldn't touch or talk to the dancer. It was stage only for many, many, many years. And then I think it switched over lap dance and VIP dance after the 2000s.
You know who
if I'm
invented all that
correct.
shit?
No.
Peter Stringfellow.
No way. I
Yes.
worked in string for 1 week in London.
Yes.
I was there. But
What'd you
oh
think?
wow, well, God bless him.
Yeah, he created the whole concept of the gentleman's club,
Wow.
which is yeah. So and in a lot of ways, it really changed the whole industry, but it made it less
He did.
performative and it made it more about
Down
the
and
champagne
dirty.
rooms and
Yeah.
this and that and blah blah.
Well, yeah,
When-
because the stage is good, but it can get boring if that's all you do all day, every
Yes.
day. Like,
Ex-
so that's good. He did that. It was option for everybody. But I've seen guys like will spend like I've seen some gentlemen, they go to the club, they will not move from the stage. They will not spend $1 in a VIP, but they will throw like $5,000 on the stage through the night, not at once.
Right.
Through the night,
I
you
know.
know. And some guy will go VIP, they don't want to go by stage. Some they just do lap dance, some they do all three.
Yeah.
So everybody's a little bit different, you know.
We have there's a club that we go to called
Some stay by the bar.
There's some stay with it, but there's a place called Gallagher 2000, and we can go. It's like one of these. It's in Queens.
Okay.
It's very much a. I'm sure you're familiar with classes when you fly. If they had
Yes, of
something
course.
below economy, this is below economy.
Frontier,
This is
Frontier
group.
Airlines.
This is Group 8 on Southwest.
Spirit.
But
But
every
is it fun though?
it is
It
fun.
is very
Is
We-
it
fun.
topless?
It is topless.
It
Yes,
is.
that's good then. I'm sure it's
Yes.
fun.
and it's
But-
like the United Nations.
But the
It's
reason
all,
why,
all kinds of different women.
yeah, Colombians and Dominicans.
Right.
But they
No, there's some Europeans.
Yes.
The
too.
Latino are hot. They're fun though. The Latina.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
a really nice Latina friend and she's fun.
But the reason why I just mentioned is because they have a whole stage where so when you walk in, you sort of have to sit at the stage. You have so that you tip.
Yeah.
But there'll always be like some like 9 or 10 guys that are like obviously like
Just
very
standing.
that are just they stand by the bar and they don't want to go to the bar because they don't want to have to tip $1 every time.
Right.
Well, that was before it now that it's not very busy, you kind of almost have to. Do people still stand back?
Yeah, it's
wow.
it's a weird
looky loos.
Yeah.
Because now it's like you just the only place to sit is right at the bar, so they come around.
Yeah, so they can really go anywhere besides the bar and the stage.
Exactly.
Do they have VIP room in
it's
the
not
bar,
crazy. There's VIP rooms, and then
so
there's like a couple tiers. You can get a lap dance.
Okay, so there is
a
still
regular
option to have.
Then there's a VIP.
Trust me,
it's down and dirty though.
You can get somebody pregnant in that. No, $100 for 15 minutes. It's
almost. I don't even take off my fucking shoes.
No, you would not. No, you would. No, that's what I'm saying. You're not really. It's a different category.
It's a different category.
I work in a high class.
It's a different
category.
Very high end. It's $1,000 an hour. You can touch me.
Well, and it's probably more about being sort of seen and entertaining their friends.
Yeah. Well, some guys pay me just to talk. Like, it happened a bunch of times.
This is the kind of place you'll see a bunch of dudes just by themselves.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of old men. And my ex-girlfriend used to dance at Scores, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, so she probably told you.
Well, she would always say to me, the worst thing about dancing for her, it wasn't the champagne room. It wasn't the guys at the bar. It was always the lonely men that would want to sit there and talk about how they have Parkinson's.
I'm okay with you talking to me if you pay me.
Right.
I'm not going to hear to your bullshit for free.
Right.
So I can be your therapist if you tip me for my time. Absolutely. And I will tell you the truth.
Please.
And one time I was in San Diego and somebody talked to me and I really listened to them and I really straight up, no filter, told them everything I was thinking. Oh my God, you need to do this. Don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. Like personal stuff. I'm not going to say what, but he was talking about his personal life with his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, don't do this, do that. Oh my God, I can't believe she did this. You shouldn't do that, etc., etc. So it was a solid 1 hour conversation. And I didn't ask for anything. He gave me $800.
There you go.
At the end, he was like, thank you so much for listening.
Listen,
$800.
Listen, I go to
I can do if you need a companionship, if you need someone to talk to you. Like, I'm not gonna judge you.
Listen, I go to a therapist and it's $600 an hour.
Yeah, and at least I'm topless and I'm hot.
Yeah, you're topless and hot.
And
I
speak the truth. Yeah, you can talk sex about me.
Right.
I'm not
no
gonna
kid
be
gloves.
offended. You can say
she's giving it to you straight.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask my doctor.
I'm very fetish friendly.
She's got a nice accent too.
I'm very fetish friendly. So.
I'm fetish friendly. I'm going to ask my Dr. Grodzki to do us topless next time.
Yeah,
I'm sitting with him.
Idea.
600. That's really expensive.
Well, he's good. He's a celebrity.
He's one of the best. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't wet the bed in 3 weeks.
He can. This guy can prescribe drugs too, right?
He's
yeah,
like,
he's a
psychiatrist. I won't give you any drug. I'll give you hot titties and ass.
Yeah, when did you get your titties done? Are those London titties?
So no, those are Beverly Hills 90210.
Okay.
Yeah.
California. So I got them done with Dr. Ray. I love him. He's one of the best plastic surgeons in the world. He's located in Beverly Hills, of course.
Sure.
He used to have his show 90210 on the E Channel. I'm a good friend of his. He's a good friend of mine. Okay. So I have 800 cc's and I absolutely love my boobs.
They look absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, are you somebody that had them smaller and then went bigger, or you just start off here?
No, I had my boobs
evolution.
done 3 times.
3 times.
One time in Miami,
right?
One time in Beverly Hills, and another time again in Beverly Hills. So it was 2003, 2006, 2019.
And are we still enjoying comment dit-on nipple sensitivity en anglais?
I don't like my nipple to be touched.
Really?
I never did. No.
What? Wow.
I never had I don't know. Why? I don't like it there.
No kidding.
Even when I
have
natural
erogenous.
Boobs.
You don't
Interesting.
And also, I don't like it when, especially now, because my boobs is really expensive. Like if somebody, let's say I'm dating someone,
sure.
and they go near boobies, I'm like this. Like,
do
not fucking lick or touch my nipple. I pay a lot of money for my boobs. I motorboat you like you can't even breathe. I will motorboat you.
Sure.
But like, don't fuck with my boobs. It's a lot of money.
Okay, so they can motorboat.
Oh, I will motorboat you. You won't be able to breathe. I put your face right there. You're gonna be Frenchy. Please let me breathe. But like, no touching my nipple.
But were you always like? I mean, did you ever have sensitivity?
No, I don't like when somebody touches my nipple.
So you never,
also,
even before, even pre any boob job.
Dominant. Yeah. I never like
dominant.
That. Yeah, I'm very dominant anyway. I like the food fetish. So I did porn a long time ago,
yes,
right? I did 5 movies.
Oh. The number keeps going up. We started with 3.
No, it was 5. Well, I think it was 3 to 5. I can't remember because they break it in different videos.
Exactly.
They break it in different videos.
It was 11.
When I was on the stand show, it was just 3.
Sure.
So I think it was 5 or 6 max.
Sure.
But anyway, long
7,
story
8.
short, that's like 2006 and 7. So when you do porn, especially back in the days, like they give you that form. And you can tick what do you want to do. And I
Okay.
put no everywhere.
Oh, you're talking just
Oh,
for
no.
the
I was extremely restricted.
for the audience. What you're saying is it's a piece of paper and you go, yes, anal, no this, yes, cream pie,
Correct.
blah blah blah. Okay.
I put no for everything
no for
except
everything.
blowjob and fucking, basically.
Okay.
And
Okay.
69.
Okay.
So I was extremely restricted with
Oh,
what I
that's
wanted to
something.
do on camera.
Okay.
I just didn't want to do anything that I don't enjoy in real life. I didn't want to fake it for the camera. So I was super restricted.
Right. So
Hmm.
when you say foot fetish, did
Yeah.
you do foot fetish on camera?
Yeah, I was on Howard Stern show for that.
Ah, you go.
I had a 6'3" black American coming and lick my feet and rub it, and he was on his knee rubbing it. And
Oh God.
I told Gary he need a fucking pedicure because he showed me his feet,
Ugh,
and I was like,
disgusting.
Gary, what the fuck? Go
Yeah.
get a pedicure.
I think.
Yeah, I do have a foot fetish. I love my feet. I think my feet is
I think
very
the-
sexy.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think the King of All Blacks actually was on your feet, if I remember. I'm a big fan of the show.
Okay.
My feet is
May
very
I touch? Is that
beautiful.
okay?
Okay. Yeah. Got a foot up
My
on
feet is
the.
Very
really
cute.
pretty.
They smell good too. Yeah, they're really cute.
Got
Shower.
nice-
a nice
it's a nice
I do
pedicure.
pedicure like
It's
every
very
week.
nice. Look at that,
Or,
everybody.
her nails
Oh,
match your
harder,
laptop.
harder.
That's
Really?
great.
Harder. I'm used to the Asian.
She's dominant. She's very
I do
dominant.
Asian massage too, they're the best. Oh my
Okay,
God.
soldier boy.
All right.
Fuck, it's
And the
so
show's over. You like that? You
Love
like that?
it.
You like Daddy's little fucker?
So meaning you're
All right.
dominant in the sense you like people really going at it with your feet.
I'm dominant like all the time is my personality.
Okay.
You know, I'm Parisian, so
Yes.
we are a little bit more aggressive.
Are you
Like you
like-
guys, New Yorker.
Are you
Yeah.
So
peg?
we more like
Are you like pegging guys and
aggressive.
stuff like that?
Yes,
or not?
I have peg
Oh,
guys.
Okay. So you are very dominant.
What about with just to circle back to your tits for just a minute?
Yeah, yeah,
Is titty fucking on the table? Is that okay?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
I just
Well,
said
you said
that.
motorboat.
Okay, good.
Motorboat for
Motorboat
me
and
is
titty
Motor-
fuck, but
motorboat,
I
or
will
they
put
can-
my hand on my nipple just to
Okay.
protect
Got
them.
you.
That's all.
that is so interesting that you have these huge.
Just doesn't like
tits.
the areolas.
And you don't
And
like-
my
sucked on.
nipple is so pretty too, so I don't want nobody to.
I understand.
Right.
Wow, that's like when you just say. Remember you
Oh, I
go
can
to.
send you a topless picture if
Yeah.
you want to show your audience.
You know, it's funny when you would go to somebody's house as a kid and they'd have one living room and that was a room that nobody could go in. You know what I mean? Like they'd have like a beautiful sofa and a beautiful chair, but you weren't allowed to go in that room. That's like your nipples. You know,
It's like,
yeah.
I titty fuck you, but don't touch my nipple.
That is so funny. When you started off, did you have really small breasts?
Yes, I was an A cup.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I went
Well, yeah, your
from all
frame, you're very
natural,
petite.
350cc, then 650, and now I have 800.
So was it like a chicken or the egg? Did
So
you
three time.
did you start dancing and then get your tits done?
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And obviously, this is a stupid question, but your money must have greatly improved once you got.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Yes or no, because I do make a lot of money because of my personality.
Sure.
And that's how you extend in a VIP. Just being pretty. If you're boring, you might get lucky. You somebody dream girl, they keep you all night. But it only gonna happen one time. Tomorrow you're gonna go home with nothing. So it's mostly my personality. But yeah, sure, if you're on the floor or on the stage and somebody has a big boob fetish or a blonde
Sure.
Barbie, bimbo fetish, of course they're gonna give you more money because your boobs is big. But in order to spend quality time with someone, you know, in a private room, especially when it's $1,000 and you're not gonna fuck them, you have to have a connection either emotionally, mentally, or physically, or all three. So
Right.
it has to be something somewhere.
But I can't.
Otherwise, they don't extend.
But I
They
can't
just leave.
I can't pull my dick out for $1,000.
No, you cannot. You get arrested.
Really?
Yeah, and I would
Wow.
fucking yell on
You would
top of
yell.
my land.
That's what you do.
I'll
You,
slap the shit out of you.
you slap the shit out.
Yeah.
Really?
And I keep my money. You don't get a refund.
No, you don't.
Why
Get, you can't. You imagine trying to get a refund? That's really ballsy.
Like literally you get kicked out by the bouncer. And like the best club I ever work at is
Go
in
ahead.
San Diego is you can even put your hand on
Yeah.
my hips. They will
Crazy.
throw you out.
San Diego.
$700 license to dance as a dancer
Right.
for San Diego. They're not fucking around. It's
Yeah,
no
some
pla- it's
places
a
are
bikini
weirdly,
only.
Okay.
weirdly
Bikini,
restrictive.
super clean.
The
Uh-huh.
You
reason
cannot touch me. $700 an hour.
the reason why San Diego is so strict with their rules
But that's how you should
is
be everywhere.
it's because of the Navy. Because
Ah.
I
there's,
love
Ooh,
the
that it-
yeah,
military.
the
I'll
Navy.
definitely give them 10%.
but
I
there's a
love them.
huge naval base in
Yes,
San
that's
Diego.
correct.
So they
Yes.
do not want
I have
these.
some of them giving me a lot of money.
Yeah, I
actually.
bet you did. Sure, they're sailor boys.
Yeah,
they don't
those
want those guys. They keep
Fleet
it.
Week.
They keep it very locked down.
They're
Fleet
very
Week at
like,
Frenchies.
they're very respectful
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
Okay, really?
'Cause-
Yeah,
Okay.
I had a
Alright.
military boy giving me $3,000 actually in a club.
My gay
They
friends.
extended. I love gay. I'm bi.
Yeah, of course you. Yeah, I'll try anything.
You're also bi.
Yeah,
Fucking pays
I
for
pay
it.
for it. Yeah, thank you.
What do you mean you pay for it?
He's joking. Of
Did you-
course, I mean,
Bisexual.
buy purchasing
Buy, like when you
Oh, you
buy,
mean you
when
have
you
to
buy something.
BUI.
Pay to like have sex with boys?
BUI.
No,
You have to
okay.
go to a gay club.
No, I don't. Okay, thank you, Adam. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sorry. Let's
Now
move
I'm
on.
confused
Let's
as
move on.
fuck.
I don't pay to have sex with
Ah,
children.
okay.
Okay,
No,
they
no,
have
no.
sex with me for free.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
Oh.
good.
And candy.
And Xbox.
No, what I was saying is that my gay friends, when we have Fleet Week here in New York, where
Oh,
all
yeah.
of these international naval, whatever ships
Might
and
be
shit.
coming up. When is Fleet
Oh,
Week?
we
You
have
might, you might
military
want to.
coming here.
You might
Yes.
want to stick
When?
around.
I
Hold
believe
on, let
it's
me
the
look it up.
second week of June.
I
So
love military.
but all my gay friends,
They're
they go
everywhere.
they're
They
everywhere.
take over the city.
Oh, that's cool. Good for them.
You see all of these guys in their white with their fucking their whatever you call that,
Their uniform.
skivvies but there's like a name for skivvies or something. But yeah,
Oh.
hey, you said your dad owned a restaurant. What kind of restaurant did he own?
It was French and a restaurant and Italian boss.
Okay,
So he had two. And then he's retired now.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
in his 80s.
Okay.
But yeah, he had two restaurants. So I
Okay.
cook every day. I'm very picky with food. If I
Okay.
go to the restaurant, I can see if it's good or bad right away.
Of
by
course.
What the way the food look like. Also, because I was receptionist in high class restaurant. Guess who I work for?
who did you work for?
Back in the days before I was on TV.
Let me think. Okay, so
Very famous chef.
was
He's
this in-
famous in America.
was this London?
Yes.
Alain Ducasse.
No.
He's
He's a celebrity. He's famous in America. He has a TV show.
oh God, Gordon Ramsay.
Yes.
You worked for
I
Gordon
worked
Ramsay.
for
Wow.
Gordon Ramsay.
Did he try to fuck you?
No, he was super respectful. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
He's a gentleman. So he was just open or close. I worked in Petrus restaurant in Mayfair for 3 months. That's
Okay.
a long time ago, okay?
That is.
2002. And basically, it was one receptionist in the morning, 7 to 3, one receptionist in the afternoon, 3 to close. When I was doing close, because I was alone, right? Pick up the phone, put the,
Sure.
do the table plan, check the reservation, etc., etc. We, as ladies, everybody in the room was boys, the waiter, everything, but it was just two ladies at the reception.
Sure.
So if I was doing closing the restaurant, Gordon will not allow his hostess to take public transportation, so he pay for a cab home every single night.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Such a gentleman.
That is a
To
gentleman.
make sure we were safe.
Right. Now, because typically chefs are like dogs.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
No,
They're-
he was super all
they're-
business, very respectful, never try anything.
Maybe when you work for
He was
him,
a
he's
gentleman when
different.
I worked for
Yeah.
him. He picked up the phone. He never yelled at me in the kitchen. He was super cool.
Wow.
When I'm like, hey, I have to transfer this to the kitchen. Hi, Gordon. This is Angelique. Like, boom. Like,
Wow.
transfer the call.
There's a
So,
celebrity
no.
chef named Todd English, and
Okay.
he is based out. He one of these guys that had like a really huge. He was a really huge career. He still has lots of restaurants and things, and has Intercontinental Hotel and things. But a friend of mine is a drug dealer, and he
what
was
kind of drug?
cocaine mainly.
wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you know, and
The good
whatever,
stuff.
kind of whatever. Whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
what do you
don't
need?
care. I'm
I'll-
not judging
yeah, I'll
anybody.
give
Hey,
you-
you're working at least.
Yeah, exactly. But it was funny because this celebrity chef, this guy, he would come in and he was getting so fucked up in New York, and
Oh my God.
he was getting will you do me a favor? Will you pull up a picture
when
of,
he was on shift working cookie?
oh my God, Todd English with the three
Jesus.
Asian girls.
We literally
But show
just
it to her.
looked this up
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
I know, last week. I know. But he loved Asian girls, and
I don't blame him. They're so hot.
they are hot for 100%.
I love
yeah.
Asian boys,
in the
so I can
picture,
relate.
don't.
He's going to show you a picture.
Todd
And
English.
this picture famously,
Todd, right?
kind of his entire team was like, you are going to get canceled. You need to
Oh my
stop.
God, what did he do?
Get-
Hold on, I'm gonna show
Just
you.
because he looks so fucked up in this picture, and plus he's like 6'5", and these girls look like they're about 12 years
But
old.
who took the picture with him?
Yeah,
Was he with his
He
girlfriend?
was like
or-
in Vegas or something. He was at some bar with like a hot-
Everybody gets in trouble in Vegas.
Everybody gets in-
including Prince Harry.
That's yeah, right. Oh, is that true?
Oh yeah, my photographer, paparazzi friend, shoot him. He got $300,000 for that naked picture.
Well, wait a minute. You're gonna have while he's looking for the picture. Explain to me what happened with you and Prince Harry.
No, nothing happened with me on him. My friend who used to work for TMZ is a paparazzi. He's retired now.
Mhm.
He took a picture of Prince Harry when he was in Vegas when he got in trouble, and he got $300,000 for
Holy
that
shit,
picture.
Wow, yeah,
But what
yeah.
was he doing that got him in trouble?
I have no idea. I don't know. I was probably dancing in a club. I didn't even
Okay.
know. No.
Because I know that he dressed like a Nazi when he was in high school or college. There was a-
Harry?
yeah,
I
Prince
think he
Harry.
was naked or
Oh.
something. I can't remember exactly.
Here's the picture. That's Todd English with three gals in a
Well,
hot
I mean,
tub.
he just looked like he's in
Yeah,
a
it's
strip
not-
club
it's not
or
too,
at home
uh,
having fun with
that-
hot girls. So what's wrong with the picture?
I'm
Because he was in a restaurant.
he was engaged to somebody at the time of
But
that
was
photo.
that in his restaurant? The picture.
No, but it was
So why?
just because he was out a lot. You would see the gossip. This is about 15 years ago,
Oh,
and you would see like the gossip columnist and things. Like you can't be so publicly messy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it gets especially if you have business investors and things like that. I mean,
Right.
That's true.
listen, your father owned a restaurant. The profit margins in restaurants are really small. Like
that's
you
true.
know, so if you have some guy and
Yeah,
you're
he should have been in a club. He would have
Just-
been in less trouble because
Yeah.
it's
Sure.
private, there's no camera, you know.
I
That's
was
why you should go to the strip club.
yeah, you're right. I was at a strip club in Dallas called the Gold Club last year, and they had a room with a bunch of hot tubs in it. So you could go
Wow.
get in. I know I've never seen that in my life. I went into the bathroom. There was a door in the back with like hangers with like you could put your clothes on there. And I said to the guy working in the bathroom, because you know I'm one of my fellow compatriots.
Right, so
Um,
you can relate.
Yeah, I relate to him. How's it going tonight? How you doing? How's the hand soap?
Of course,
Uh,
you remember, yeah.
Yeah, and I said to him, I was like, "What is back behind this door?" And he goes, "Oh, that's the hot tub room."
Uh-huh.
I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, well, you know, you take a dancer back there and get in the fucking hot tub."
I think they give you a swimwear if you are the
They
client.
do. I
So
believe
you're not
so.
naked. Though.
No, you're not
and
naked.
you topless for the dancer. I believe that's how it goes.
Yeah, but would you want to get in a hot tub with? I don't know. It seems like a lot. I don't know.
I will have to like you enough to trust you behind closed door, kinda.
Right.
I mean, there is camera and bouncer. If you're in a
Yeah.
club, you're pretty much safe, though.
I just meant
but,
more
like-
like the hot water and not knowing.
I
the
love
see-
hot tub, but
Yeah,
yeah,
me
you
too.
will have to be like.
Pretty intimate.
I just need to make sure you're gonna fucking behave.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I don't know. I would think if I was in a hot tub, I would assume there would be some shenanigans. Now, have
I
you
know,
ever
but
been?
I
and
got everyone under control almost when I.
but
dance.
you're very dominant. And
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
so-
And I'm Vegas breed too,
Right.
so like I'm strong. Like.
Yeah. And also, I would imagine the guys that are attracted to you and your personality, it's because you are dominant. You know what I mean? Like,
I
they're-
don't
it's
do
not a
it on
surprise.
purpose, It's like in my DNA.
Yeah, it's not like you're like, oh, what is going on here?
Yeah, you don't remember when I was on VH1 when I was with Brett?
Yes,
It
I
was
do.
Brett, come over here.
Yeah.
Like,
By the way, my daughter was here earlier. She's such a fan of yours. She was
Aw.
she was starstruck. She was very
Aw.
nervous because she loves that Rock of Love show.
oh, that's so cute.
So let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for the uninitiated, you were on season 2 of Rock of Love, which was a show about trying to find Bret Michaels because he had such a hard time meeting girls, finding Bret Michaels a girlfriend or a date or a wife or something like that.
Yeah.
How did you even get cast on that show? How does that work?
So I didn't do anything. They scouted me. Remember when we had MySpace, the MySpace day?
Yep.
So I already did Howard Stern
Right.
one time or 2 times.
Okay.
Wait. I did the Stern show 2 times, 2006, 2007. So I'm not sure how they found me, but I will presume they saw me on a Stern show because they never told me to this day. I don't know. But anyway, my MySpace only had 20,000 friends. So I was not that popular anyway.
Right.
It was just like my MySpace said like porn star / stripper / Playboy TV playmate because I did the Playboy Mansions 3 times.
Sure.
And I did Playboy TV and all that stuff. So it was very clear that I was in the adult industry. Why are you even looking for me? I'm going to get naked every occasion that I have.
Of course.
So
Thank
they
you.
contacted me on MySpace and they say, hey, I'm a producer for the Rock of Love. We would love you to come on an interview when we are in Vegas. And the crazy thing is, I just moved from Miami to Vegas 3 months prior to that. So like, you know how everything in that business is right place, right time.
Sure.
Tell me about it.
Uh-huh.
So if I was not in Vegas, it would have never happened.
course,
So
right.
anyway, they contacted me. I did the casting call.
So back up for 1 second.
Yeah.
Did you know who Bret Michaels even was?
No.
You had no
Wow.
idea.
I knew who was Dave Navarro was because I saw him in a Playboy Mansion 3 times.
Yeah.
And I knew who
But-
Tommy Lee was, but that was pretty much it
Yeah,
for me.
You were probably familiar
I
with
was
the
only in
music,
America
though.
3
I mean,
years. I was still like, adjusting to the country.
Yeah.
And I was in my 20s. I was more innocent,
And
But
you're
like,
you're actually almost too young to almost be a fan of Poison. I mean, they were sort of
yeah,
big
I had no idea who Brett
80
was.
Ricky.
I never heard of him before.
Don't
Yeah.
need nothing but a good time. How can
Yeah,
I
but
resist? Ain't
the
nothing.
hair, the whole
Yeah.
like hair kind of Sunset Strip thing.
Yeah, so-
Yes, I didn't know who he was.
Did you have to pretend in your casting, or you didn't give
Oh,
a fuck?
absolutely not. Like it was like I was, what is the Rock of Love? Who is Brett? And
Right.
they say, oh my God, we want to cast you. You perfect.
Yeah, they probably wanted to throw a couple people in there that weren't like fangirls. To,
Right.
Sort of
They knew
even
I'm not
out.
gonna give a fuck. I'm a stripper.
Yeah.
I've seen it all. I dance for celebrity in
You're
Vegas. Yada,
dominant.
yada, yada. So I
So,
couldn't care less.
so during your casting, did
Mm-hmm.
you ever have to do a screen test with Brett?
No. Brett was not there. So we went to the casting. I went to the casting call.
Uh-huh.
It was in a hotel room. So you go in, it's closed. It's just you and two casting producer. It was one girl and one boy.
Okay.
They asked me a bunch of questions and they ran out of questions because I replied to everything.
Sure.
I was like, ta, 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 ta. I couldn't care less, like no filter.
Right.
And I will always remember the casting director. It was on vh1.com, but it's so long ago. I don't know if we can still find it to those days. But like the casting director, she was a pretty blonde girl.
Sure.
And she said, and I just had my boobs done.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, are those real? I'm like, no, those are Dr. Ray boobies. You want to touch them? And she was like, oh, like they were literally speechless.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh my God, you are so perfect. We love you, blah, blah, blah. So I leave. And then Alex was the casting director. I said, oh, you did so good, whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Sure.
I go back to the club. I go dance. I don't think nothing of it. Never done TV in my life. I have no idea how you walk behind closed door to this point. And they called me back 1 week after. Again, we had the sidekicks. I'm like opening my sidekick when they call me.
Right. For those of you who don't know, a sidekick is a old phone that is right. That's
Yeah, it was so cool.
Flipped around.
T-Mobile.
Right?
You don't mean Ed McMahon, right?
T-Mobile.
All right, T-Mobile.
We are also. I don't know how we lost that. It was pretty sad as they took it away from us.
Yeah.
And the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
But
They,
anyway,
yeah, they did. But you're right.
it's terrible.
It'll come back.
So they call me and they're like, hey, Angelique, was still Angelique. This is Chris Abrago. I'm like the main producer for The Rock of Love. I just want to let you know you are in the top 50. And I'm like,
50?
you know, like I'm like not awake. I have no idea. I'm like,
You're like, okay.
what are you talking about? Like I'm on my stripper clock. I'm not awake. It's like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Like first everybody woke me up. I was in a bad news and like in a bad mood. It's like, well, we casted 50,000 girls and you top 50. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. It's like, okay, we're probably gonna like make a cut to the top 20 within a few days. So we call you back. I'm like, okay, whatever. Boom, I hang up the phone. And then they called me back. They're like, you make it in the top 20, we're flying you to LA.
Okay.
And they did.
And
then the last thing you know, I was in a mansion with Brett Michael on a bus on beaches that I don't know. And
how many girls were in the house out of that 20? How many girls?
20.
So it was 20.
The cast, the final cast is 20, but I
Okay.
believe what they're doing, because what I saw, and those are like secrets from reality TV behind the scene most people don't know about. Even if you ever cast, you should be aware.
Uh-huh.
So it was 25 of us. Like let's say this is a day of filming today. This is a big day, yada yada. They will fly 25 girls. Only 20 get in the house, just in case at the last minute somebody missed the flight. They freak out. They have an extra
girls.
5.
Yes.
So 5 girls were crying for their life
Oh my
because they
God.
got sent home. They never make it to the show.
Wow. Do they even pay them anything, I wonder?
I don't know. I'm not production,
maybe
but I just know they cut you
some
off
kind of
right there.
day
You
rate or
cannot
something.
enter the
Maybe a
house.
Buffalo Wild Wings
It's very like.
Yeah.
card or something?
Cheese-
Cheesecake Factory.
Hey, listen.
And I've seen that every show I did, but I got lucky because they could not replace me. So every time they
No.
say, Frenchy, you have a show, I was on
Right.
the show.
There's
because
no other
they,
Frenchy.
They give me 3 shows back to back to back. Rock of Love, Charm School with Sharon Osbourne, fucking love her.
Right.
And I Love Money. So
Right.
it was back to back to back.
But okay, so let's
It's
get back
crazy.
to season 2. Now, the one episode that I saw you on, it was some kind of like thing where it was like a peep show and you came out and you pulled your tits out and everything. He was
I
like,
put my teeth out every episode.
well, that was very smart. That was good. That was very smart. 'Cause
I like, you know, I stole the show every
Right.
episode. 1, 2,
A lot
3.
of pixelating.
was it?
They ran out of pixels.
Yeah, it was. How many pixels can they have? I mean,
Well, they did it on purpose because I was the only stripper in the house. So
Yeah.
basically, again, secret behind the scene.
please.
This is what happened. So they told us on the first episode, you guys are gonna do a photo shoot with Brett. Just like be ready. I don't say nothing to nobody. I don't know those girls. I'm like, okay, I was the only stripper. They already hate me because I'm French. I'm a
Sure.
foreigner and I'm a stripper.
Sure.
And like they were like, oh my God, she's a stripper. So, oh my God, bitch, I took over. So like Brett came with the camera and he goes, okay, show me what you got. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, boom. I flashed my tits. I
Right.
took the bra off. I
Yep.
flew it. I flashed my boobs.
Yep.
So Brett was like, oh my God. And that was it. Like after that, like nobody could do that. At least they get completely naked. What are they gonna do from there? I did
And
it
also,
first.
they would
Right.
also be like doing it after you anyway, so it wouldn't
Right,
feel like
exactly.
they're copying
Right.
you.
So this is what happened on episode 2.
Please.
On episode 2, the production said, Frenchy, you're gonna go last, so nobody can copy me, just in case.
Ah.
So they say we're doing a challenges, and they didn't tell us it was a peep show. All they say on a little stuff, hey, you girls, today you're gonna show Brett one of your talent.
Right.
I'm like, okay,
Sure.
I'm gonna cook. Bitch is on panic mode, cooking French. Fuck, she's gonna take over. So they're like, what are you cooking? I'm like, it's a secret.
Right.
So I was cooking chocolate mousse. I don't say nothing to nobody. And then again, this is behind the scenes. They should have aired that shit. I don't know why they didn't, because I think
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
That'd be great.
So I do my chocolate mousse. They show that on camera.
Uh-huh.
But then when I was done with it, I put it in the fridge.
Sure.
Okay.
I have to set.
And then I was sitting in front of the fridge, guarding the fridge for 8 hours to make sure one of the bitches doesn't steal my chocolate mousse.
Holy shit.
And they didn't show that on camera. So I was sitting in front of the fridge the whole fucking day because we had nothing else to do anyway. At least production
So
call
back
us.
up for 1 second. So you weren't in like a studio kitchen. You were actually in the kitchen in the house where you were living.
We were in a mansion,
I
stuck in a
understand.
mansion
Yep.
24/7. You cannot get out.
Right.
Brett was only coming 1 hour a day.
Okay.
So at least Brett is coming in. Our production stays. There is a challenge. We're just chilling.
But you had to, otherwise you had to live with all these crazy bitches in a house.
Yeah,
right?
it was like 4 or 5 of us in a house. Like at that time, I was living alone in a 3,000 square feet house on my own, 4-bedroom in Vegas. And out of nowhere, I'm with like 5 bitches in my room. I'm
horrible.
Like, why I have roommates?
Right. Yeah.
I was already super Americanized. Like, what?
Yeah, too much.
Yeah.
So you're guarding the moose.
Oh my God, I'm guarding the fucking fridge for like 8 hours.
Right.
And then finally, they do the show. Like they, okay, girl, it's time to go. Let's go. Brett is here. So, and out of nowhere, they say, now that you have your talent and you train all day, I'm like, I didn't train shit. I didn't chocolate smooth on a chill. Well, like some of the girls, they were practicing like different stuff all day. I'm like, no, I just did my stuff in like 10 minutes and I'm chilling. So then they goes, you guys only have 5 to 10 seconds to show Brett your talent in a peep show booth. And I'm like, fuck. I'm going to show him that I cook and look hot and get naked in the same time because I have 5 seconds.
But spoiler
in my stripper mind.
But spoiler alert, Brett was given these big coins. And if he liked what you're doing, he could put a coin in this thing and the fucking thing went up again.
Right.
So then you would get more time if he liked.
Yeah, but still, it was 15 seconds if you like.
Trust me. Yeah.
So everybody go, yada, yada, yada.
Horrible.
I'm last.
Right.
Production say, Frenchy, you going last. I'm like,
okay.
I was already Frenchy, like in episode 1.
Sure.
She's going to make a souffle.
So I'm going. And then like I'm taking the chocolate mousse and I go topless and I threw the chocolate mousse all over myself and I lick myself.
That's memorable.
And like literally Brett was crawling on his floor. Like a dog. He was crawling and like tapping. And I think he had no token left or something because all the bitches took it because like they wanted to figure out what they were doing. But me, it was so intense. Like that was it. Like boom. And then I won a date with him because of that.
And how did okay, now this is a little off topic, but I'm fascinated by toupees and hair pieces and extensions. What the fuck is on that guy's head?
So I don't really know because I never like grab him so hard that I was able to touch it. But from my understanding, it was extension. Everybody says a wig. I don't know if it was a wig or extension. I don't know why anybody care anyway.
Well,
but like, who cares?
I don't care either, but I just, since he was, it's unusual to see somebody since they were in their early 20s.
Because he has so much hair.
With this big band.
Well, he's a rock star. He has to look good. But I don't know. He did say it was extension in one of the interviews.
Yes,
I don't know.
So
We're never going to know. At least you really grab him, you're not going to know, right?
So did you ever make out with him or anything?
Yeah, I didn't make out with him on episode 1 or 2. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I didn't make out with him a bunch of time, but yeah.
But did he ever like get handsy? Did you have to tell him about your nipples? Did you have to have a conversation?
Oh no, because we didn't get that far. It was just a little bit of kissing, and that was it. Then I got kicked out on episode 3. Not really. And then I don't think Brett. I mean, from my knowledge, I don't think he had sex with anybody in that house.
Did you think he was cute?
Yeah, he's very good looking for his age back then.
Right.
You like a guy with.
He looked really good in person.
You like a guy with like eyeliner,
blue eyes, like. Yeah, I like guys who are like more feminine. So I like I like blonde blue eyes or dark hair blue eyes, but like a doll, almost like a gay look. I always fall in love with the gay boys.
Well, because you're dominant.
I love them. They're fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
It's just because they take care of themselves, they look like dolls. So I'm very into the super doll look alike.
So
that's why I also like Asian guys who look like feminine,
She likes a twink. This second episode in a row.
Can I go out in the link and say?
You can ask me anything. I'm an open book.
You're are you having fun, by the way? This is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're the best. Thank you. You're great.
You can ask me anything you want.
Macaroon? Would you like one? No, you're good.
No, thank you for
okay.
now.
Yes, darling.
Thank you for bringing this. You're so sweet.
Yes, listen. Thank you.
Show me the bakery later.
I
will be the judge of it.
I said this is for Frenchy.
He did look pretty French, Joe.
It was
from what you showed me, like he looked like the French owner, so that's a plus.
Yes, they do a bouche de Noël.
And they had galettes. He looked like they had galettes in January.
Yes, they do.
Because I always say, if somebody tells you they have a French bakery in America and there's no galette in January, run for your life. He's not French.
Yes, and the tartare there is very good.
So I saw it was a bomb because they have galettes. It's a real deal.
That's the real deal. Yeah. And plus, whenever I speak French in there, you can hear everyone's vagina is getting very dry.
Oh, no, I understand your French.
Yeah, well, you're
I'm
sweet.
sure they're happy you speak French.
Yeah. Anyway, so my question is, what about trans girls? Do you like trans girls?
So I think some of them are very beautiful. Yes. One of them, I forgot her name. I follow her on Twitter. She's gorgeous.
Emma Rose? I don't know.
I don't know. Brittany
Blue?
I think she's like a
Brittany Spaniel? Brittany.
I think she's a brazier contract girl. Maybe.
Okay.
Well,
Brittany,
maybe
I
see if I can
follow
look her
her.
up.
But would you be interested in like sucking her cock?
I had never had a chance to be with a trans girl yet, but they will have to be very feminine, like a
Right.
Barbie
Well,
doll.
yeah, that's
for
what
me
they
to
do.
want to be attracted to her. So I'm attracted to Britney. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
She's hot. I think we follow each other, but I haven't met her in person.
Well,
but she's very pretty, very sexy, very Barbie.
Yeah, right. But
Britney is something like I follow her. Maybe look
But
on
with
my
the-
follow.
with a big cock though. So in a lot,
I
it
don't
is.
think her dick is so big.
Well, it's
Brittany
She has
Cade.
really-
Brittany Cade.
Let me see the picture.
Oh,
She has
no.
very nice boobs and
Okay.
very nice face.
But that is incredibly popular right now. It's really having a moment.
yes,
There you go.
that's the
Brittany
one.
Cade. Okay.
Okay.
Never heard of her.
Hi, Britney.
Great. Is that
Yeah,
my?
she's hot.
Oh, great. That's my phone now. It's
So
gonna.
I didn't have a chance. Like maybe if there's a chance come up,
well, you-
yes, but I didn't have a chance yet.
Well,
to
let's. By the way,
experience that.
your OnlyFans and everything. It's all on the screen here behind us. It's all.
It's not down.
Yeah.
Her Twitter is down there.
Yeah, Twitter's down there. So,
Nothing's
what
back
about
there.
your OnlyFans? Like, would you? You should shoot some content with somebody who's trans.
Yeah, I should. Like, so my
Yeah.
only fan right now is just like on and off. I'm not really on it. I'm very busy. I'm not virtual. And again, I'm very dominant, and all those guys asking me to do a bunch of shit. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not doing this.
No.
So it's not really
Hmm.
working. So I will have to find, and I don't know how to do that. Maybe there is
Yeah,
some
I think Lainey could help you.
agent or anybody there. Like
Uh,
Lenny probably can
yes.
hook it up with somebody
Yeah.
that
Probably
she knows.
tomorrow.
But somebody needs to like find me the fetish fan. I need sub and I need fetish people friendly because that's where I belong and that's where I
Mm.
stand. So I'm very, very fetish friendly.
Okay, when you say fetish friendly, do you mean? And I say it's dominant, but have you ever actually done BDSM? Have you worn the black
Yes.
leather? You've said
I've
you've pegged
done
people.
pegging. Well, you have to pay me a lot of money for that. It's not going to be free.
No, of course not.
So I've done pegging. I've done ball busting.
Ball
I've done
busting.
golden shower a bunch
Oh,
of times.
Okay, golden
That was a
shower.
lot of money.
Okay. Now, when you golden shower somebody, do they drink it or is it just like on their chest?
No, he did drink it.
You did drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They, I mean, why,
Right
you're,
out of my PC. It was
yeah,
hot.
you're gonna waste
But I
it.
had to drink like 7 bottles of Fiji waters. You
Yeah.
have to start 24 hours. So
Good-
you
good
cannot just do
froth
it like
going.
that.
So,
So
Really?
good for
You
your
need 24
body.
hours?
Yeah, I drink so much water within the first, like, let's say, like, oh, I see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Sure.
I'm going to start drinking a lot of water.
So you're
8
going to
p.m.
really soak this guy.
so
Wow.
and when you have him pay you, do you tell him $2,000 and also give him the receipt
It's
for the water
5,000 with half deposit.
In
and
a-
also the water?
In a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're like,
with
no,
a
in
case
the
of
shower.
Fiji.
You go in the shower.
okay.
That's the best way
Sure.
to do it.
Fine.
You're lying down and on the shower.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to
So
do
I
that.
pee on his chest and then like a little bit.
Well, in his
in
mouth
his
too.
mouth.
Did he
Right.
try to like lick your pussy or anything? How close was your pussy to
Yeah.
his mouth?
Yeah,
Did you let him a little bit, or did
no, I back out.
you teased him? You pull it up and put it down. Now, in terms of the like, do you have active subs now, like men that are like in your sort of?
I have only few on my OnlyFans because, like I said, okay, so when my Twitter got hacked
Uh-huh.
4 years ago,
Uh-huh.
I had a pretty good following on my OnlyFans, and
Sure.
everything got deleted. My OnlyFans was hacked in the same time then because it was connected to it.
Uh-huh.
So,
And this is just
like,
because
it's
you're.
very hard to like start everything new.
It is. it
I don't
is.
really know how to do that, so my OnlyFans is just there and that's it.
Okay. Now, and also the reason why you were
I'm not really
deleted
on
and,
it.
and hacked is because basically you're an adult personality and
Yeah, I'm
some-
loud. I speak
know.
the truth.
People
I
are-
support Trump. Like,
people are
everything will get too bad.
no people are yeah people are very provincial. I don't understand why. Now, but in
I don't
your
really care about social media.
no, it's stupid. It's fucking gay. Now in your private life though, like when you're with a guy, do you like to dominate the guy, or do you like? Is there ever, you know what I mean? Like, do you have like conventional dates? Like, oh, let's go, to
Not,
dinner.
I've been celibate for a minute now.
Celibate.
Celibate, yeah.
Wow.
Also, I've never been with anybody more than 3 months because for me, like, if you're not doing the right moves the first 3 months, you're out. Like,
Okay.
I have no patience. I don't want to explain anything. Especially at the very beginning of the date or the dating when you
Okay.
meet someone. Everything should be going the right way because you're still like trying to like
Yes.
learn each other. But
The
I truly
honeymoon.
believe when you have a good connection with someone, there is no explanation whatsoever.
Right.
Also, if a man comes to your life as a woman, he should be making your life better, not worse. So if you come in my life and you're gonna stress me the fuck out or make me lose money because I'm arguing with you and now I don't want to go, especially when I was younger, I don't want to go dance now because you break my heart and I'm pissed. I'm gonna lose thousands of dollars.
Right.
Mm.
And I've done that in the past,
Yeah.
and I lost a lot of
Look
money,
at
and
the
I would
bottom
never
line.
do that again.
Now,
That
when,
would never happen again.
now, when you say you're celibate, are you sure you're actually not married and you don't know it? Because
Fuck yeah.
Now,
Nobody can afford to marry me.
when's the last time you had sex?
3 months ago.
Oh well, that's not that
Okay.
celibate. All right, God,
Well,
I-
You know,
You're not like a
I mean,
monk.
it's still
No.
that's
but
still not nothing though.
no.
But
I've
so
never
no,
been like a hookup culture kind of girl.
but you
Except
never
when I
had,
went to Korea, I went a little bit crazy, but that's the only time in my life, and I was already in my.
but you never had
40s.
like a long relationship. You never had a
No.
relationship
no
longer than
months.
3 months.
No,
never
never.
been married.
Never.
Wow,
You must have.
interesting.
Let me go back to you. Just kind of threw that out there.
No,
You went
it's
to
true.
you went to Korea and fucked a lot of Korean guys.
So yes, when I was in South Korea in 2000.
Thank you for saying South, by the way.
Right.
I can't imagine.
2022.
Uh-huh.
2022. I went to South Korea. Actually, long story short, how everything is so expensive in America. So I went there. I had some teeth done, like work
okay.
done for my
Oh,
teeth
okay.
and Botox and
Okay.
skincare and all that kind of
Sure.
stuff, which is very cheap there, right?
Uh-huh.
In the meantime, I'm like, fuck it, I'm already here. So, mind you, before I was in my 40, like I said, I only had like a couple of boyfriend, and I will call them boyfriend because it was up to 3 months, okay?
Right. Uh-huh.
Mm.
And a few guys that I hang out with, but I never really have a fat body. Like nothing has never been really consistent.
Wow.
Okay. Especially I think because I was a dancer, I was busy in a club, I was working, like I don't know, like the relationship doesn't go with the stripper life or the porn star life. At least somebody's in an industry with you. You know, it's
difficult.
very difficult.
Yes.
For somebody to understand that lifestyle.
Absolutely.
I refuse to explain it. I don't want to explain myself. And even show business in general, you are on TV set like 15 hours a day. Like, what time you come home? I don't know. Don't
Yes.
ask me any question, right?
Mm.
So anyway, long story short, I went to South Korea. So I do my teeth and then I feel
Right.
better so I can have some fun. So I was
Go ahead.
I was on Tinder Korea.
Oh my gosh.
I got 2,000 match.
I bet you did.
2,000 match in 10 days. I got banned on Tinder. I'm banned on Tinder
Mm.
Why
for
are you
life.
banned?
Blew up Tinder.
Why are you
I think
banned?
they thought I was a scammer. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm banned on Tinder. I'm banned on Bubble. I'm banned on
Jesus
almost every
Christ.
single platform.
Wow.
So anyway, God forbid, I got a bunch of guys Kakao Talk. So you know how we have WhatsApp? They have Kakao Talk in Korea.
Okay.
It's the app. I have it here if you want to see it. It's
Thank
pretty
you.
cool.
Okay.
So like they were all talking to me on there.
Okay.
And again, I'm really into the beautiful Korean.
Yeah,
Like they look like
yeah.
a doll.
Very
Very
pretty.
pretty.
popular.
Yes. Very
So
Pretty
they
pretty.
boy.
all look like they pop out of a fucking K-drama /
Yeah.
K-pop
Mhm.
video.
Yep.
Like gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And so when I was there, I had Korean K-boy, I call them.
Yeah.
K-boy toy.
Uh-huh.
Like a different one every week.
Oh, sure.
So I was there for 8 weeks. So I had
Oh.
sex with 8 Korean guys.
Okay. Are there
8 weeks.
That's
Okay.
not like-
And that's the most sex I
Sounds
ever
like
had
about
in
one
my
a week.
life.
Did you enjoy all of it? Was
Yeah,
it-
it was so much fun.
Now, are,
But they're
Kore-
so fucking beautiful.
are
And they're
Kore-
good in bed.
are Korean men
Okay.
are they cut or uncut? Generally, are they circumcised
I
or
didn't pay attention to that.
really?
I
Well,
don't
that's
remember.
That's very
But
Interesting.
one of him, he was
Details.
one of the Korean boys. His dick was too big, so I couldn't have sex with him.
Really?
Yeah, he was 9 inches.
He's a hung Korean.
So in Korea, most Korean men are 6 feet and up. 6 feet, 6 feet 2, 3, 4, 5. They're
Really?
tall and strong. Yeah, just Google. Go on Instagram in Korea. You'll see.
Yep.
They're beautiful and tall and
Mhm.
strong.
Yes.
At least the young generation.
Uh-huh.
Okay, not the older, the
No.
young. We're talking like 21 to 25.
Yeah.
In that range.
Yes.
And
Mm.
one of them, his dick was so fucking big. And I'm
Really?
like, oh my God. And he couldn't get in, so he went down on me.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Were you able to blow?
Otherwise, the average is just like,
Did you blow him?
yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah.
But you also have, and these are your words, a really tight pussy, right?
Yeah, it's so
So-
small. One Korean boy asked me if I was a virgin.
Oh my God. Really? Now, what about, was there a language barrier? Can you say 안녕하세요?
Or did they speak English?
안녕하세요. 만나서 반가워요.
wow.
자기야.
Okay.
Okay.
사과
all right.
먹고 싶어.
Oh, I don't know any of
Wow,
that.
okay. I mean,
나
that
이거까지
sounded
하고
like
싶어.
sounds like Korean.
I think you just said your dick is too.
집에까지 sex
Yes.
하고 싶어. Let's
Right.
go. Let's have sex.
Oh,
Yeah, I can speak. Like,
okay.
Okay,
enough
good.
Enough,
Yeah.
okay.
to express
Wait,
myself.
did they speak English as well?
They did speak
Okay.
English, but I tried to speak as more Korean as I could when I was there. And Korean teach me Korean, like when I was there. Like they
Okay.
correct you, is so cute. I
Oh.
can type 10 words in Korean and read maybe
Sure.
10, and the
Yeah.
rest is like difficult. But I
Right.
just learning from listening to K-pop, K-drama, and talking to Korean.
Okay.
That is so interesting. So do you think you'll go back to Korea?
Absolutely.
Oh, so you really
probably 2026 or 7. I'm
Okay.
not sure, but if I go, I want to go at least for 8 weeks because it's far.
It is far.
By the time you get there, you jet lag for 2 weeks.
Yeah, fuck
oh
it.
My God.
Yeah.
So I want to be there for a minute. I'm waiting for the right timing.
Yeah. Like a very, very good friend of mine. His girlfriend is an actress. Her name's Amy Aleha. And she, Mr. Sunshine. She was on a show in Korea, but they lived over there for a long time. And
okay.
It's one of those things where the men are very, very into their skincare and their hair, and it's all kind of geometric and cut and everything.
They're very beautiful there.
Yeah, but they're big too. They're not like little Thai boys. What about a lady boy? Is that too feminine?
So I don't think. Again, I don't know, but from my understanding, lady boy is most. I think it's in Thailand.
Yes.
So I
think
I'm sure some of them are in Korea.
Probably a couple of Korean ladyboys.
And I'm sure there is few Korean trends, but it's not very much in a culture like in Thailand. That's what they know for.
Yes.
They couldn't care less.
Yes.
It's very open-minded over there. Yada yada yada.
Yep.
So I haven't experienced that. Like all my Korean were Korean boy, but like one of them, like when he woke up in the morning because they sleep over. Like, I don't even wear makeup, barely. Like, he woke up, he started doing his makeup. I'm like, oh my God, I have a K-pop idol in the room. Like,
that's funny.
Wow. He looks so beautiful at 10 a.m. already, like, perfect.
Oh wow.
And the girl, too. Like, they're so beautiful.
Did you hook up with any girls over there?
No, but they all touched my boobs when I went to Korean nightclub.
I bet they did.
They loved it.
Yeah,
because I'm bi, so like it's so funny because like I went to a Korean nightclub. I was in Gangnam. And I was the only foreign there because I went there with my Korean friend. And like some club in Korea, you cannot go in if you're not Korean.
Right.
So some are foreign friendly and some are not foreign friendly. Right. And like this one, it was like not really white people can get in, but I got in because I was with a whole Korean crew.
Yeah, you're fine.
So anyway, I was the only white girl there. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And you don't even you don't even drink though.
No, I don't drink.
So
yeah.
No, I was going to say is like you're hanging out, not drinking, and Korean girls are coming up and
fun, though.
grabbing your tits.
Then, one Korean guy got slapped because I think one girl was trying to get with him, and he saw me, and he came and talked to him, and she slapped the shit out of him in front of everyone.
Oh my God!
She got mad because he talked to me. I'm like, don't worry, like take my cacao. I talk to you later.
Jesus.
Like, because I didn't want any drama in the club. I'm like, oh God, here we go again. And like basically, like. They are very shy, the Asian in general. So everybody was shy until I got to the club, I think at 1. At 4 a.m., I had like almost every Korean guy throwing themselves at me. Not just me, they'll do that with any hot, foreign girl or probably Korean girl as well once they drink. So I was like, oh my God, I can only take one at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they get jealous. I try to say, can we do 2? Like no. Like they don't want to share you. They don't want to do threesome.
Wow.
So it's very difficult to even do a threesome with Asian men.
That's
right. Especially Asia.
Yeah.
Maybe in America it's more flexible because they're American, so they don't care. American Asian is different. But like in Korea, like it's impossible to say, can I have 2 of you? Like no.
2 of you.
Just me, not my friend. I don't want to share you. Yeah. So I wanted to have a threesome with the Korean guy, but it never happened.
So funny. They're like, I may have caps and I wear makeup and my hair is blue, but I'm not gay.
Yeah, I'm not touching dicks.
Maybe I need to go to a gay club next time.
Yeah, maybe, like
find
more of a
bi
fetish.
Korean.
Yeah,
and then they're more open and then they'll do it.
Would it turn you on to watch 2 Korean men suck each other's dicks?
Yeah, if they're hot, yes.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Listen, with that, let's go behind the beaded curtain because it's getting a little
I love gay guys.
steamy.
It's so fucking hot.
Yeah, gay guys are hot on that note.
So yeah, I like gay porn. I watch 2 guys fucking each other.
Okay, great. Well, let's the day is young. Are we anybody to say anything to anybody? Or
it's just
all right, everybody. Hello, thank you. Can you
join
hang for a minute or 2? Yeah, because we're gonna do a little bit more. Is that okay?
And if somebody is live, like ask Red's question, don't start like bitching about everything.
Yeah, people bitch.
I know.
We don't. We'd like to
ask me some real question, bitches.
Real questions. Exactly. I think Korean gay
Something
people.
you really want to know.
Yeah, cream pie Korean assholes. All right, we're gonna jump behind the curtain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe
See
I'll.